Hey there, drone fans. Today I'd like to show you what I consider to be the most important button available on the DJI remote control. Now this button is available on the DJI RC2 remote controller or even the RCN1, N2, or N3. Now on the RC2 it's located right here, and on the RCN1, N2, or N3 it's right here. It does the same thing on both remotes, and it's a really important safety button that a lot of flyers really don't use as often as they should, especially new flyers or people new to the hobby. Now this button has two functions. If you tap it, it'll pause the drone. I'll explain that in a minute. And if you hold it, it'll trigger a return to home. Now the pause function is important because if you're flying in a complex environment like this, and maybe you get too close to those bushes over there, or it's behind the trees on the other side of those bushes, and you're starting to panic a little bit because you don't quite know where it is, but you know you're near stuff that it could run into, you can hit the pause button and that'll stop the drone in mid-flight. No matter what you're doing with the controls, if you hit that button, it'll stop in 3D space and it'll freeze there. And it actually stays frozen for a couple of seconds, so if you panic and you start hitting the joysticks, it's not gonna move. And that gives you time to take a breath, settle down a little bit, take a beat, we all get excited, and then assess your situation. You can see where you are, figure out how close you are to the bush, maybe even walk over there to get a good look at it. But that pause button can stop the drone in mid-flight. Now, even a drone that has crash avoidance tends to sort of slide into things. So if it sees something, it's going to put the brakes on, but it continues forward a little bit. That pause button actually reverses the motors. It'll pull it back really quickly to a stable position. So pause is super important. I always keep my thumb on the joysticks and close to that button in case I get into trouble. If you hold the button down, it's going to trigger a return to home. Now, return to home is a safety feature built into most DJI products where if certain things happen with the drone, if the battery level gets too low, or maybe there are communication issues with this, or something else happens that triggers a concern on the drone's part, the drone will automatically take charge, elevate to a height that you've set in the application, fly back to where it took off, and land almost exactly on the mat. And you can trigger that by holding this button down. So again, if you get into trouble way down the field there and you just want to get your drone back, or maybe you're flying somewhere else and you got a little adventurous and you're chasing a bird or something, and you know you're kind of over that way, but you have no idea where you really are. First off, that's not a good thing because you got to keep it in visual line of sight, but you're over there, right? You got to get home. You can hold that button down. It'll trigger the return to home and it'll do the exact same thing. So the first thing I'll show you is the pause function, and I'll show you how return to home works. So I've got the drone right over there. We're ready to start. Let me spin up the rotors. All right, and I'll lift off.
Take off.
Now I'd like to put the drone between us to show you how the pause button works. It's probably going to complain an awful lot because it's seeing me as a hazard. Let me pull it forward a little bit. All right, so what I'm going to do is slide side to side first. Okay, so I'm going to go left, then I'll go right. And it's working great. Now I'm coming back this way. Watch what happens when I hit the pause button right now. It stops in midair, and I can't do anything with the joysticks. It won't move. So let me move it again. Pull it forward a little bit. Spin it this way. I'll go a little faster this time. It's going to sweep in and I'll hit the pause button as it comes in. Right now. See how it pulled back? So it didn't slide forward. So if I'm coming up and there's a tree right over here, the crash avoidance might see that tree and pull it back, but it's still going to slide a little bit through the air. What the pause does is actually reverse the torque on the motors, so it's pulling back really quickly at the moment you hit that button, and it's going to stop it in midair. So let me do it one more time, and I'll show you how it locks the joysticks. All right, right now. Now watch, I can't do anything with the joysticks except elevate. I can't go left and right, I can't go forward and back. So it gives me sort of that really safe pause of staying where I left it, gives me a minute to catch my breath and decide, okay, the drone is over there someplace. I really don't know what's going on. Let me walk over there and take a look at it, or let me assess my environment by spinning the drone around like this, seeing how close I am to the trees, maybe elevate, get up above the trees to head back. It's just a great way to pause that drone in mid-flight and really present it to you in a way that you can assess the dangers around you and get it back to your home point. Now stay tuned next, I'll show you the return to home function. Okay, now I'll do the return to home test. I've got the drone over there on the mat. I'm ready to go. I'm going to spin up the propellers. I've set the return to home height at 114 feet. Now it's really important that you set that higher than any obstacle in the area. I happen to know those trees right over there are about 75 feet high, so there's nothing else in the area except for those guys way down there that might be over that. But if this works, and it will, it's going to come back this way. It's not going to head that way, but you can set it up to 328 feet or even taller. I don't recommend doing that because if you've got to trigger a return to home, you're never quite sure what the atmosphere is going to be like up 400 feet in the air. And if it gets really windy up there, it's going to have to fight its way back. So I've got the prop spun up. Let me just lift off. I'll let it hover there for a second. It updated the home point. So what that means is the drone now knows the GPS coordinates. It's looking down at the mat and the ground around it to get an image of where it took off. And it's smart enough to know exactly where it is in 3D space. Now I'm going to send it downfield. And just for kicks, I'll take it up a little bit. I'm going to send it way downfield. Now we're ready for the return to home. I can hit the pause button and stop it midair, but to trigger the return to home, I'm going to hold down that same button.
Return to home. Return
to home's been triggered. The drone at this point is spinning to face me. It's elevating to the height that I set, and it's flying back. There it comes. It's coming right for the mat, which is a good thing, really good sign. And it's already come down quite a bit, coming back to the mat. Let's see if it finds its position. It's now looking for the mat.
Landing.
It's turning around to face the way it was when it took off, and it's going to land. Now, as it comes down, it's going to make minor adjustments to find the mat, and hopefully it'll land right on the edge. This would be pretty cool if it does. I always get excited with this test. Now, what's coming down? It's going to be a little close. Boom, that's right on the edge. All right, so again, I shouldn't get this excited about technology because it just works, but it is pretty cool knowing that had I flown way over on that side of the field, and then I don't know where it is. I got a little goofy, I got distracted, whatever. Now I'm panicking because the drone's someplace downfield. I'm already in trouble because I didn't keep a visual line of sight on it, but I want to get it home. I want the drone back, come on back home. I can hit that return to home, hold it down, it'll trigger the return to home, and because it took a stable GPS coordinate reading when it took off, it knows exactly where it should land, and that imaging lets it know exactly where it should land. So I've got the Mini 5 Pro right there, but it's the same pretty much with most of the DJI drones. The only difference is some of the models don't have precision landing, which means they'll come down close to the home point. But even then, the drone's coming back, you can see it. Once it clears all those obstacles and you have visual line of sight on it, you can easily navigate it back and land it in a really safe position. So that's return to home. And again, all I wanted to point out in this video is that little button right there can be a lifesaver for your drone. And if you're new to the hobby, or maybe you forgot about the button, you haven't used it, always keep that in mind, because if you get into a situation that's a little bit scary, and all of us do, the last thing you want to do is react quickly. Any pilot out there that flies commercially or flies drones for a living, or even hobbyists that have been flying for a while, will tell you the one thing that's going to cause you to lose your drone is panic. Panic and not being prepared. So this gives you a way to eliminate the panic by hitting the button, stopping the drone in midair, hitting the return to home, having it navigate back on its own, but it gives you the time to gather yourself about you, gather your wits, and make a critical decision on how best to get your little guy back here and landing on the mat. And that's pretty much it for today. So I hope you're enjoying these videos. I love talking about this technology. It's the beginning of summer. It's actually still spring, but I am going to be flying a whole lot. So if you're into drones, this is the channel to watch. Thanks again for stopping by. And until next time, as always, happy flying.